10 weird school rules around the world. Hey fellas, we hope you're doing well, and to make your day better, we are back with another video for your entertainment. And we bet this one would be so astonishing to you all. A school is a familiar place, right? Many of us don't like schools because of their strange and weird rules and norms. But can you imagine having no friends at your school, or getting to use the washroom only 3 times during the semester? Strange, right? And we kid you not, these rules do exist, and this video is going to cover 10 weird school rules worldwide. Let's get into the video to feel strange every moment. Good appearance not allowed. Starting this video with one of the weirdest rules, known as good appearance is not allowed, and that's for real. If I talk about myself, I've never looked good during my school days, but what about you? Well, it's not so strange how everyone wants to look good these days, but what if your school does not allow you to look good? Yes, some schools in Japan don't allow their students to use cosmetics, have tinted nails, good hairstyles, or anything that adds beauty to the look. In short, you can say you can't look good, and that's somehow considerable. When we look good, we're so focused on our appearance and forget about everything else, and that's not something we should do in school. Ban on relationships. Here you all need to be honest. How many of you started dating during school times? On an average scale, 1 in 5 students is engaged in relationships these days, and no doubt this young love is distracting the students in many ways. Only some consider this matter serious enough to take action. But Japanese lawmakers took this issue seriously, and they banned relationships for their students so that they could focus on their studies and career. What's your relationship status? Were you in a relationship during school? Or were you studious enough not to focus on distractions? Teachers not allowed to use red pen. I remember when my teacher marked all the mistakes with a red pen on my notebooks. Who else remembers this? Well, to your surprise, there's a school where teachers are strictly forbidden to use red ink on students' notebooks. According to the principal and authorities of the school, red is such a negative color, and it discourages students. Hence, instead of red pens, green ink and pens are used by the teachers there. Have you guessed what schools we're talking about? It's the Mounts Bay Academy at Cornwall. How do you think this rule is going to help the students? And also, were your notebooks also marked by red pens? Noon naps in Chinese school. Have you ever fallen asleep during a boring lecture and wished for a nap in class? That's a normal thing. But do you know a school in China allows its students to have a noon nap in class during lunchtime? According to the Gaxon No. 1 Elementary, they've been allowing noon naps since the school opened because the lunch break starts at 12:10 and ends at 2 o'clock. Parents needed more time during this duration to take the child back home for some rest. Also, they ensured that a student never fell off the desk because a teacher was always there to supervise the sleeping students. If the parents can take the child home, they can do that too. I want to go back to school time in this school. What, should your school also have this rule? You cannot make best friends. It's strange how we become best friends with people we don't know at some point, and then they become our survival kit. School is where we make the most friends, isn't it? When we talk about a UK-based school called Thomas S. Battersea, students are not allowed to make friends, even if it's banned to have best friends. Well, most of you must be wondering why that's so. They think students get hurt by breakups with close friends, and they've imposed this rule to protect students' feelings. What do you think of this rule? Do you think students can get a good time when with friends and loneliness leads to mental stress? A curtain divider between male and female students. Recently, a photo went viral on social media of a university in Kabul, Afghanistan, where there was a curtain divider between male and female students. As an Islamic country in laws, the country divides the students so that they can't interact with each other, and discipline is maintained. This divider simply shows the students of different genders are not to sit together on school premises, and this rule is strictly followed all around the school. What do you think of this rule? Students are allowed to use the washroom only 3 times per semester. This one so far is the most strange rule. How can you not use washrooms more than 3 times during the semester? Is that possible? For some schools, it is possible to impose such bans, and how they think they're logical. To tell you which school this is, you need to subscribe to the channel. And yes, remember to press that bell icon to get notified every time we upload the video. So we're talking about the Evergreen Park High School in Chicago, where teachers think students waste their valuable time in the restrooms. And so they're allowed to visit the restroom up to 3 times per semester. Once a student had an emergency and had to go to the washroom twice, but she had to deal with a big fuss. Should this rule be encouraged or not? And do you also waste valuable time in restrooms? No high fives and hugs. How can someone impose a ban on high fives and hugs? You must think about this, right? There's some schools in the United States and England where it is strictly banned for students to hug or give high fives to each other. In short, no physical touch should be there. This was because physical touches interfere with students' academics and studies. Some students are also not in favor of this rule. Well, rules like this are somewhat weird. As if you're sitting with a bunch of friends, sitting with a straight face and not having fun is impossible. When jokes are cracked with friends, high fives and hugs are always there. For me, it's not logical to ban such things. Have you noticed that we have no ban on drugs or other things? Are there such rules? And what do you think of this rule? Students aren't allowed to eat ketchup in school. Schools are all good until they focus on studies and grades. The time they start showing interest in students' personal choices and diets, they mess up. Well, here we are talking about France, a country with a perfect education system that has officially banned all kinds of condiments from the school cafeterias, especially ketchup, because of their high sugar content leading to obesity and other diseases. Well, we can consider this because of logical reasoning. Not only this, but they also have a rule that students can only have fries once a week. Well, now that's strange. How can they say no to fries? They're so good. Oh man, if I had been there, I would have stopped going to school indefinitely. What do you think of it? Students cannot raise their hands during a class. All of us must have once experienced this embarrassing moment in class when we don't know the answer, but we raise our hand to make the teacher feel we know and hope that they won't recognize us. But sadly, they immediately point us out. Well, the point of telling the whole story is that not all schools practice this hand-raising tradition. Samworth Church Academy in Nottinghamshire has officially banned the old age practice of raising hands to questions. They think the same students keep raising their hands, discouraging other students. What if you're not even given a chance and are instantly asked to answer the question? This one could be the worst. Well, that's it for this video. How'd you like it? What are your views on these strange school rules? And which one do you feel is the weirdest? Also, tell us about the strange rule of your school if there are any. If you liked the video, smash that like button and share it with your school friends to make them feel nostalgic. We'll be back soon with another exciting video. Also, drop down your suggestions, and we'll bring out the video in your suggested topic. Till then, stay happy. Bye-bye.